1977 through 1981, Henry Kissinger, CFR member, President Nixon's foreign policy advisor, and one who was working for the International Order, worked for them in helping them to gain more control over resources and to establish a one world food bank. He is reported to have said that if we can control food supplies and other resources, the New World Order will be able to control the people.
There's a need for a New World Order. Nevertheless, the United States is in a key position to shape this so that the problem of the Bush presidency will be the emergence of a new international order.
Within the next 4 years, we will see the emergence of a new international order.
The beginning of a new international order.
December 15th, 1987, Senator Jesse Helms, speaking before the Senate, warned that the State Department, the Department of Commerce, money-centered banks, multinational corporations, the media, the educational establishment, the entertainment industry, and large tax-exempt foundations are all, quote, working in concert with the masters of the Kremlin in order to create a new world order, end quote. He also named the CFR the Royal Institute of International Affairs, the Trilateral Commission, the Dartmouth Conference, the Aspen Institute for Humanistic Studies, the Atlantic Institute, and the Bilderberger Group too. All these were working toward the New World Order. All these are coordinating, planning, and working towards establishing a, quote, New World Order, end of quote. Moreover, he says that if they continue to run unchecked, they, quote, could ultimately subvert our constitutional order, end of quote. Thus, our nation's sovereignty would be done away under a globalistic New World Order, or under globalism, or under, quote, one world, end of quote, order. 1990, Communist leader Gorbachev also spoke of working towards a new world order too. 1991, President Bush, during the Persian Gulf War, uses the UN police force to pounce on any nation if it should step out of line behind the banner of the New World Order. 9 of the 13 Central and Intelligence Agencies directors have been members of the CFR. 1991, January 29th, George Bush said during his State of the Union address, what was happening in the Persian Gulf was, quote, something larger than ourselves as Americans, for, quote, what is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order. The world can therefore seize this opportunity to fulfill the long-held promise of a new world order, end of quote. Late 1960s, early 1970s, during the Brigham Young University's devotional and during his talk, Vietnam, Victory or Surrender, the Apostle Ezra Taft Benson expressed his opinions and gave his warning that there is an international secret combination which has for many years now been working hard to destroy the American Constitution so that they can replace it with a one world government constitution. This combination is responsible for creating the communist-founded and communist-controlled United Nations Charter. Furthermore, they seek to shred the United States Constitution in order to merge America and the communist countries into a one world government. He further warned that the time was very close at hand when the prophecy about the Constitution hanging by a thread was about to come to pass. He called upon church members and all righteous, freedom-loving Americans to awake to this international secret combination which seeks to overthrow our constitutional freedom and the freedom of all nations.
Those many, some in high places, talk, some gullibly, and others they fear deceptively, of peaceful coexistence with the greatest, most destructive and insidious evil in this world. They know that as college campus riots spread, so does the communist role in the disturbances. These servicemen are not deceived. They would hope that their fellow citizens at home would get one thing straight at the very beginning. And this is it. International communism is the self-avowed enemy of every loyal American. It has declared war against us and fully intends to win. The war in which we are engaged is total. Although its main battlefields are psychological, political, and economic, it also encompasses revolution, violence, terror, and limited military skirmishes. Yes, it involves everything evil to destroy a generation of young Americans. They have declared in no uncertain terms as follows, and I quote, "We are going to destroy the moral character of a generation of young Americans. And when we have finished, you will have nothing with which to really defend yourselves against us," unquote. If we should lose this war, the conquering enemy's wrath against our people and our institutions will result in one of the greatest bloodbaths of all history. Call it a Cold War if it makes you feel better. But our freedom and our very lives are the stakes of this contest. We didn't start this war, and we don't want to be in it. But we have no choice. True, we can pretend that it doesn't exist. We can hope that somehow, if we just don't fight back, if we keep smiling at the enemy and show him that we intend no harm, then maybe he will call off his war, and we can all live in peace. But the communists merely laugh at our naivete, take advantage of concessions, consolidate their gains, and press toward ultimate victory. In view of the life and death struggle, the life and death nature of this struggle, it is incredible that our leaders in Washington and elsewhere, for over 30 years, have consistently followed a policy of hopeful coexistence, of fearful containment, and now even of building bridges of trade and friendship to our enemies. Are they deaf and unable to hear the communists daily reaffirm their declaration of war against us? Are they blind and unable to see how the communists are maneuvering into strategic positions, both at home and abroad, from which to strike a fatal blow? Are they ignorant and unable to learn the lessons of history? As for the hard choices that confront us as a nation of free men, things really are no different than in the past. The enemy may have more powerful weapons and more refined methods of conducting total war within our borders, but the hardest part of any battle is still the decision to fight or surrender.